Good morning, students. If you have not done so already, you have a quiz to take. If you go to the announcement page, it has step-by-step directions on how to access and how to take that quiz. It must be completed by March 30th, which gives you about 2 weeks. So when you feel ready, go ahead and take that quiz. As for this lesson, should be quite simple. First thing you need to do is access the Google Slides. Seems that you're having more luck with the Google Slides rather than the PowerPoint, so going forward, we'll just use Google Slides. Also, I simplified your note sheets. You have a note sheet for this lesson. It says Atomic Anxiety. You can access that note sheet. For now on, our note sheets will just be 5 to 10 questions. Just simply answer the questions and then you can submit it right through Canvas. You do have an assignment as well for this lesson. It says Atomic Anxiety Sources, and it comes directly from the Google Slides presentation as well, and it will be submitted through Canvas just like we've done on this lesson. All right, there's also an extra credit opportunity if you want to, or if you're bored, go ahead and watch the movie Atomic Cafe. It's about 30 minutes long. There's a movie guide for every question that you answer. I'll give you a point of extra credit. In this lesson, we're talking about atomic anxiety, or the fear of an atomic bomb. We thought that we had nothing to be afraid of when we detonated the first atomic bombs in the summer of 1945, but much to our surprise, within 4 years, by 1949, the Soviet Union, they had their own atomic bombs, and we came to the reality that we were not the only nuclear power in the world, and this scared us significantly in the United States. The first 4 bombs that we detonated, that being the Trinity test in July of 1945, and then the 2 bombs that we used on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and then the one that we saved, this is what we call fission bombs. So when you think of fission, we have the nucleus of an atom, which in this case is actually Play-Doh. Good thing Play-Doh doesn't smell good, because I'd probably try to eat it. But when you think of fission, what you do is you split apart the nucleus of an atom, and that is going to liberate a lot of energy, create a lot of destruction. By 1949, the Soviet Union, they had their own fission bombs, which is almost an exact replica of our bomb, obviously aided by Soviet spies and the American nuclear program. We upped the ante in 1952 because we created the first hydrogen bomb, and when you think of hydrogen bomb or a fusion bomb, this is the same power source that fuels the sun. So when you think of nuclear fusion, you have the nucleus of an atom, and then you are able to take 2 nuclei, bring them together, and this is going to liberate a lot more energy than a fission bomb, depending on how you're measuring, between 50 and 100 times more powerful than the bombs that we dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So when you look at what an atomic bomb does, I think this chart will help you out a lot. This graphic is also on your Google Slides. This red dot in the middle, this is what we call the hypocenter. This is where you'll see a fireball. Everything in this area is destroyed. Nobody survives this area. They're what we call vaporized, a quick and painless death. Well, obviously it's going to be quick, but I don't think we know how painful it is because we've never asked somebody who's been vaporized, how did it feel when you got vaporized? That is a question that will never be answered. Outside of the hypocenter, you have this dark orange color, and that is what we call the blast area, mostly associated with the shock wave. Almost everything in this area is destroyed. Casualties for a significant, almost a vast majority of the people who are in this area killed by burns, falling buildings, things of that nature. In this dark yellow, as well as this light yellow, just outside the blast area, this is where we come to the reality of what we call nuclear fallout, or the effects of radiation. As the decade progressed, from 1945 to 1950 and later into 1960, by looking at the effects on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and also looking at some of the effects by our nuclear testing out in the desert as well as out in the Pacific, we found out just how bad and how devastating radiation was to the human body. That's an intro for this lesson, and I'll see you guys at the end.